Okay, finally, we've seen that the late president of Nigeria, President Buhari, was buried yesterday, and a lot of people have come out to say that the world leaders, went or aren't talking about, are commiserating with Buhari's family, and this has caused, lot of tensions on social media. They say, why is other world leaders not, talking about this? And at the same time, they said in one of the United Nations meeting that they had a 1 minute silence for him, back then in 2017. It was alleged. But with do you think that the world leaders not coming out, even coming for the burial, but we know it was impromptu or not speaking up, for Buhari? Do you think something is wrong?
You can say that it's quite impromptu, or they wasn't able to, put up whatever protocol that surround their office to be able to meet up. But that does not mean that their aides should not be able to send condolences messages to Nigeria, to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and to, of course, to Buhari's family. We didn't see that happen anyway. And it is not a good one for Nigeria, because it might be as a result of certain informations that are, accessible, or they have, concerning what many Nigerians are saying, that this man we are talking about today, till 2015, might have been late. We saw what the former PM UK, tweeted. We saw a lot of things, begging for explanation. Yes, he was buried in Daura yesterday, and we saw the likes of his, close, mostly members of the CPC, storming that event, to be there. We saw other people, within the corridors of power, or those who share the same moment with them and others, but not everybody was actually there. Obi later paid a condolence visit with Erufai. They were there, and some other people, were also there. A lot of people said, why is it that the world leaders were not talking about it? It surprises me too, because Nigeria is one of the giants of Africa. Nigeria commands so much influence in Africa, no matter how you look at it. In terms of AU, in terms of ECOWAS, and we are just seeing that Bola Ahmed Tinubu just stepped down as the ECOWAS president before he handed over to Mada Bill, Julius from Sierra Leone, and we are expecting that we were supposed to see massive, messages flooding in from Russia, from America, from different parts of the world. We only just saw something that looks as if Nigeria is no longer relevant in the international community. It's a very bad signal to Nigeria if we lost somebody like that nature, and we are not seeing messages coming in from all over the world. It is not a good thing, and something is wrong with the country. But anyway, we might be considering that, how come it actually get to this level, because there's a lot of things being peddled out there, coupled with the suspicion on how government operates underground, a matter that has to do with public knowledge. People of this nature should not be allowed, to carry out certain things secretly, bearing in mind that these people were put themselves there for public service. The mystery surrounding this man, the mystery surrounding what happened in 2015, 2016, how he managed to disappear from the surface of the earth, nobody knows his whereabouts. And that to an extent, it came to a point where the man himself, the woman himself, Aisha, decided to relocate to Abuja, to Dubai, for a very long time, signaling that he was just there. And remember, this woman keep on accusing Muhammad Daura of doing something mysterious, accusing Sheikh Gauba of playing a certain card that it is not familiar with. We might have certain, whether it is put there by anybody or not, as a testament that the process of what transpired in 2015, 2016, in a particular hospital in London that took away the Muhammad Buhari for years, and coming back, there was so much transformation about this man. And it was reported, I think there was some kind of rally within the UK. There was a kind of, a word alleged observation or paying respect to him, for that, for didn't believe that he actually, died within that period was not something anybody can just, overlook. I know there's a lot of things the world technology can do at this point in time, which himself confirmed when he came back to Nigeria. And when he came back, we saw the game recently, the kind of statement coming from Galba. So there's a lot of speculation about this country, his affiliation with the Saudi rich family of, Sudan. In Saudi Arabia, we have another one in Niger, all linked to, something that the North has always been tagged to know how to do best. Especially, this might have been as a result of what happened under Yar'Adua. We saw what happened in Yar'Adua. Even when Yar'Adua was late, actually did not want to, put it in the public until it become an embarrassment. Even when they got into the country, they never elected anybody. So they do their things as if they own this country. And these are what is triggering these speculations, reservations, and people are trying to find out which one is which. We don't need to make any mistake. And we have not seen much, coming from even the British government. We are not able to send condolences. Maybe they're going to send letter, I don't know. Maybe other world leaders are going to do that letter, I don't know. But at least first thing foremost, we are supposed to hear from Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, making a congratulatory statement. I say, is there anything the world leaders know that the Nigerians know? And then, if they actually know what is going on that is correct, then why actually did they want to keep quiet? Are they aligning with the revelations that are still ongoing in the conscience of millions of Nigerians who never believed that this man was actually the real clone, or whatever language you might use it, that might cause the world leaders to give Nigeria such an embarrassment of damage internationally without recognizing the man who had just left the seat of power as the president of Nigeria.
Okay, but do you think that with what happened, we saw Onanuga coming out to say that the 12 million that Buhari was claiming to have won the election in 2015. Do you think that this Tinubu will lose grip on Buhari fans? At least the vote that Buhari fans might have given to Tinubu. Do you not think that?
We believe. I'm not saying now that Buhari have a standby 1 million foot soldiers. Standby, whether good or bad, they have complete 1 billion. Other factors might come in as a result of people structure. But remember, there's a lot of things that is building around these things gradually that we begin to find out that even the so-called CPC before ACN, APC came into power, structures would have been collapsed into Buhari's ambition. But I don't want to go deep in that direction because that would have been another topic for another day. But I can tell you now, Tinubu, the North will sit together and meet. When the Northern leaders meet, they will be able to decide which direction they are going to go at the end of the day, whether they are going to collapse their structure to support Tinubu's 2015, 2025 re-election campaign. That will be for the North alone to decide. Nobody is going to decide that for them. If they feel otherwise, so be it. But I can tell you, now Tinubu has a battle to do with them at the end of the day, right there in the North, considering the fact, the perception of Tinubu's media aides who has not been able to perform very well in terms of building relationship across the board, both North and South, you know. But now it looks as if that the North has finally, divorced the Southwest politically, because what we are seeing on ground might not be too palatable for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but the Jagaban and the master of dark politics, as people want to speculate, might decide to take another angle to establish his more structural influence in the North politically ahead of 2027, 2025, where a lot of people are believing that if Tinubu if Tinubu survives this, then it means there's a lot to learn from his type of politics at the end of the day. But do not underrate what is going to happen at the end of the day. He has shown so much support for the late president Bola Ahmed Tinubu Buhari, and of course, from what we saw yesterday, Tinubu actually gave his undying respect to the former president who he took over from.
Okay, but a lot of people have come out and said that Aisha Buhari might have allegedly divorced Buhari, and that's why she was in London, or sorry, in Dubai for over 3-4 years. That even after Buhari left office, she continued to remain there in Dubai. But a lot of people have said, were they divorced? Why is it that they are, since they are public figures, why is it that they kept it secret? Or do you think that that's why she that's why she has not been Aso Rock? And at the same time, a lot of people have even said she was shedding crocodile tears yesterday. That's why she's not crying now, when she was not in support and was not with Buhari even when he was sick. What's your take as a guy?
Yes, I think there's so much Mama Daura influence on Buhari was enormous, to the extent that Aisha lost relevance within that circle, and also lost his presence, as a result of what they actually intend doing. And because Nigerians knew Buhari, how Buhari looks like, yes, even though he undergo high-tech, advanced medical attention wherever he is in London, as we believe. You understand? But at the current back, these people still mention that Aisha do not have access to the husband as when do. And these are the things that are strictly triggering speculations that Aisha actually divorced Buhari. Yes, that's what the people are saying. He divorced him, but we don't know whether the second or the third, because if you look at the information around the matter mafia has already structured about 4 individuals, to be factored into the Buhari cloning or whatever arrangement, whatever they have, the way they want to do it, and at every point in time, they have plan A, plan B, plan that, and all that. So, this very particular time, Aisha was kept in communication. And remember, there's something Aisha said, that at a point, he lost his husband to Daura's directives. You understand? And Sheikh Gabon was not helping matters. He said it. So what that actually means is that at this point now, it was clear that Aisha actually divorced, married Muhammad Buhari, not the alleged or speculated or personality like Jubril, people are talking about. So Aisha, I would just say, Aisha possibly, might have been reported to have divorced Jubril and still believe that he actually married Muhammad Buhari, and that he did not divorce Muhammad Buhari, that the person he divorced that led him to run away and distance himself from Aso Rock moved to Dubai, and thereafter was as a result of the presence of the alleged debris at that time. So that was what is going in the public consciousness across the country to this moment. So these are the things Nigeria needed to know from Mama Daura, needed to sit down and look at and give answer and a platform of expression for us to get more information about that, because most Nigerians still believe now that Buhari did not just die now, that he died in 2015. And if up to this moment, they have not come to tell us actually what killed Buhari, what led to his death, what kind of sickness, who are the doctors, that were involved in giving him that kind of treatment. Was he treated properly? That or was it was the issue of his treatment sabotage? We need to ask, because the Buhari will know when he left office in the handed over power in 2023 to Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a very, very articulate, healthy personality as at that time. In less than 3 years, the next thing we hear, you need to be, it's a shock. I can tell you, it's a big one. Anyway, people, Nigerians themselves, irrespective of anything, do not believe that Buhari would die, just like that. Considering the fact that we are still seeing the man in Port Bia, some of them, Obasanjo, them, a lot of them, and not that the money is not there, whatever it is, if he's going to say everything that within 2 years or thereafter, these are some of the things Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually predicted. And when it is happening like that,